from Florida to Jamaica because I established a roots business with the father. Very important in the building of it and all of that. Always had a good time sit with the father. So the question come up now that that we are on this video of the reasoning, and as the senior members within this group and this Congress, this glorious Congress, we are here to state our position and to add all that has been said thus far. Before King Emmanuel transitioned, he laid out a concise plan of how the Congress should proceed. As stated in the Constitution, there should be a 14-person committee to run the local affairs of the foundation, and all existing branches should assemble the same. There is to be a 33-member parliament govern the international business of the Congress. When the father added international to the name of the Congress, it was because the association was no longer just existing in Jamaica. The father had given the permission for regional branches to be established. There was an ambassador program established to coordinate the operation of the branches. Each branch was to select 2 or 3 representatives or ambassadors to liaison with the foundation at 10 Mile. These representatives were to meet annually to give report on their activities. It is from the ambassador program that the 33 members were to be seated as parliament. There were names recorded, but the parliament never got seated. Being that the father transitioned before the assembling of the members were achieved, the father commissioned a constitution to be drafted, which is a set of guidelines to guide the function of the Congress, especially the Parliament. What was drafted was done by the office of the Congress, by brethren who had never drafted a constitution before. The priests did the best they knew how at that time, but putting together what the father said and what they knew. The father didn't say to write an epistle or sacred spiritual document. He requested a constitution. The title of the document dictated what it was to be. A constitution is usually drafted when a government or parliament is being established. In a constitution, there are articles describing how the parliament should function, and there is also a set of bylaws detailing the duty of each office, the duration that each office should serve, and how a member can be replaced if necessary. In other words, a detailed explanation of responsibilities and penalties if there are discrepancies. The original constitution did not possess the bylaws, which would have been the duty of the committee to draft when they were selected. I only have the opinion that the members of the foundation should seek first to establish a committee and then request that each branch select their representative to make up the parliament. Therefore, a calendar or in-person meeting could be set where the ambassador gather each year or as determined by the parliament. It would be beneficial if the meetings are rotated among the branches to be able to interface with all members of each region, creating visibility and being able to access and validate the function of each branch. While we are all volunteer Ethiopian, each office needs at least one competent member who has knowledge of the duties and responsibility needed to run each office. Speaking from sentiments is not enough to effectively and efficiently do the job. Finally, each member of parliament must be vetted to assure their capability and capacity and moral equity and moral etiquette. Any person who have a criminal record for certain crimes or are known to be reprehensible cannot be allowed to be upfront as a representative of the Congress. All representatives should be elected by the membership with a transparent and fair process. I, the elders, are duly bound to see that the Father works is carried out with dignity and integrity. We conclude with 7 words of love. God is love, let us all love. Holy Emmanuel, Selassie, Yah, Rastafari. So my Lord and Majesty, all we are saying, we are not here to change no constitution. We're just here to fulfill it and to complete it. If a constitution of 4 parts, we only had like 2 parts of it. And then we come in and fulfill to make it complete document. That's all we are doing. And if we just take time to see the document that we did, you would have no doubt in your mind that it was the correct thing to do. Give thanks, my Lord and Majesty, for the moment. Bless the panel once more, and each and every one, 4 winds of the earth. Give thanks for the moment.
My Lord.
My Lord and Empress, Prince and Princess. Give thanks, my Lord and Empress, for the words and the suggestion of the Honorable Priest. Give thanks, a long time I've been hearing the priest's name until I meet him a couple of years ago, for a good little while, and on till this day. Give thanks, for all the strength, all the words, that the Honorable Priest put together. Lovely, sound lovely, like, poetic. Give thanks, my Lord and Empress. And all words of right, we give thanks for them, because this is a right, a government of right, So what we are here, as stated in the discussion, we are here to come together, unification as one, to fulfill the aims and the objective of our Father, freedom, redemption, international repatriation. So that is the mission. We are here, gathering all, sticking to one bungle. Come home, ye who are weary, come home, So I give thanks. Ask, this is shepherd voice I hear, out in the desert, loud and clear. Calling for Israel who have gone astray, far from the fold, far, far away, So I give thanks for the words of the Honorable Priest. Give thanks for the topic of reasoning, rectifying the Ethiopia mission. And even this reason here, with this topic here, we should have heard from even the Honorable Priest Campbell. He was, as the Honorable Priest Shimran did mention earlier, he was the first, and that was sent to Ethiopia to scope out the land. As it does say, when them send the spies to spy out the land, to see that the land is a pleasant land, fruits and all the goodness that people of upright and clean hands and pure heart, Congress members here exiled in the West, dignified children need to be, and to having our our daily life established here and continue to learn. Because just say when we reach home, we're going to still go to school again. Learn, you know. So give thanks and glorify for the topic rectifying the Ethiopia mission. And as I said, Honorable Priest Campbell, if anyone can either make him get a word, I think could I either hold up his hand if he's on the listening or either join in, or someone could send the link to him, you know, because I and I dearly have the love, you know, to the brethren them who would come, we never come see them here, but who come and hear of their works, and even hear them on tapes and cassettes and see them in interviews, you know, and just as how we adore the ones who are here now, we adore them same way, with no partiality, you know. So if one could send him the link, it would be glorious. You know, my Lord and Empress, I man would let I work with you. Because we hear on the line, and our priest Dreadcraft, we don't hear from him from the reason start. And other brethren is there also. My Lord and Empress, Prince and Princess. Manuel,
Yes, praise God. Praise God.
Yes, Honorable Priest Dreadcraft, my Lord. Oh, blessed love, my Lord and Empress. Give thanks. You hearing I clearly?
Yes, I.
Clearly, my Lord. Oh, give glorify my Lord and give thanks to everything we said from first day till this day. I say I was overlooked from yesterday because I hear the brethren call it priest, but you my name set up as E.A.B.I.C. I realized I was like a peasant just listening. So today now I hear the brethren call my name, so I'm saying it, the phone must come up differently. So I give thanks to the moment, you know, of reasoning, and give thanks to hear each one. But listening, if I can, pardon my life, I can bring forward first day to this day with a reason that I hear. Was I think I hear Priest Chris was saying in here, like brethren, did all the brethren them initially were parliamentarian, were on the hill at the time, and then it's saying here like there wasn't. But to my recollection, there was brethren on the list where got parliamentarian but wasn't on the hill at the time when it was mentioned, you know, because I had seen that list and there was brethren in New York at the time and I become parliamentarian. So I just clear up that for one thing. And towards, as I said, brethren, I hear the constitution reason always be coming up. And we always hear so well, our Father, King, the Honorable Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of Tribe of Judah, you know, Emperor Haile Selassie. And amend the Constitution, which we know, yes, it had amended because they are not in the local government to work with him towards upliftment of the country. But that was our Father to that. So in this time, as we see, our Father had made at 32 with him become 33, parliamentarian with the Empress League. We realize we know him is not here, so it will have to be the parliament, in my understanding. Could I did draft up a constitution? Not even draft up because it already said, it's just little tweeting as I call the word at this time. They touch it up because we know it is not here. It will be the parliament, I say, to do that. It couldn't be done outside even at the Congress. I feel you could sit in with a 32 and look it over and see where is the thoughts where we say brethren and sister have we have to get touch and deal with it. But I say once I want do it outside and then bring it forward to it, which I get a copy of a constitution where is I want send it to I don't even know I just says I want tell them to send it to Priestcraft and I see. And I see a brethren there where I don't even know of that brethren, but when I check I hear a brethren where you move with brethren in Florida and so forth. And I hear says a brethren more of a Marcus, a Pan-African man where him much might be real turban for a while, but I don't even know if he's doing it at the moment. And then I see, when I look the Constitution, and I come say the Council of Elders I try to show at this time, is that everything I say is like a copy draft up from that Constitution. So I say, if the brethren know and against it, him can sue the Congress if we use his Constitution. That's why the thoughts I have, because I don't know the brethren to know much in love of this Congress when carrying. So, to my knowledge, I did say, I feel it would be a right thing to do. And I did get some meeting words about that from Bridget, and even sisters hearing I saying that, because they just feel the truth was written, good to them, it could be used. You see what I mean? But I'm not sure the goodness of it is there, but is that what you do how you do it, as I know the word said for our Congress. So I just tell myself, my Lord, I to just build this Congress to get at 32. I know I hear President Awan say, you don't want to break it into 7 months. And I say, well, that kind of look like out within times of hope ones that work outside. You know, I know it, if you could have put together, I would put together 33 and say about 2 weeks and make a date within a couple months and so forth. I know that would be a good time because we already have couple bridges with this parliament here, we're right here, just to come in, you know, to straighten towards this. And we could have put it together because as I know, for this Congress move on, my lord, we need the parliament to set up for this strength to strength come. Now we realize the Zoom, come sure we said, we can even reason sometimes if you even see our bridging within the parliament because this assures us how we can reach earth, land and sea right now with this communication. So there is ways where we can do this thing and work to the upliftment, you know, at the Congress. So I just give thanks, you know, for this reason, I will just show us that there is ways how we can reach to each one's brothers and sisters. And as I can show the Congress and reason at this moment, there's an Empress League where it's online with us going on, and this is going on for the last 8 years with leading Empress was there, but at this moment to take a leave of absence. Sister Miriam is there and also some younger Empress of us keep straightening. They're talking of coming to the Congress within a moment. So I just believe this kind of habitation set up for when ones come, you know, they feel comfortable and know when they come, they feel good in themselves. So the Empress League could be within the Congress because we know it is part of the Parliament and we couldn't leave it out. And it's a reason why every second Wednesday we do it. So with anything, the Congress will do and a Wednesday, it's as good as they really try to look into it and say it's that Wednesday where the Empress, all the Empress League online, so it really affect them not listening or coming together for a Congress meeting. So I would have to keep in touch with the Congress to know if there is anything coming up in the future on a Wednesday where we can know there is a free Wednesday different from the Empress League. So all in all, my Lord and Empress, I give thanks, you know, to everyone. And we just hope that this is just a start where we can continue with reason, because the ones reason is better than preaching, you know. So we glorify at this moment and thank each and everyone for the moments where I get to reason. And my Lord, I could have can keep the reason at 5 minutes because because I find out sometimes when it goes, sometimes I remember we are breaking before when
My Lord and Empress.
infinity. So I get at this moment. Glorify each and everyone. My Lord and Empress, blessed Lord. Yeah.
My Lord, I will, yes,
Yes, I. Honorable.
unmute.
Unmute it, yeah. Give thanks, my Lord. Give thanks, Honorable. Give thanks for the Honorable Priest Dreadcraft. Yes, I. It's a while and I give thanks to hear the I and the words them I give. You know, give thanks at the I view towards even the amendment of the Constitution that they say they amend, that they bridging them the Elder Council and they as an Elder Priest the I.E.A.B.I don't agree with the way how it has been done, just like most ones within their conscious mind, not really agree with how what they say they're doing or they have done, you know? And give thanks for your word. And I know you speak as a impartial person. You speak without partiality, you know? Give thanks. And even, and you thought about the Wednesday, the Empress League, if they could have a Wednesday, through the Constitution, we normally know that Sunday is a reasoning day, and Wednesday is a reasoning day at the age school year. Sometimes we don't reason, sometimes we do, on and off. You see it? But we know, say, when any time we reason is a Sunday or a Wednesday. And even when Honorable Empress Lily was here, Empress Maisie, Empress Esther used to come in regular, Empress Darrett, we all were reasoning on Sundays and Wednesdays. And anytime we reason, there were representatives of the FL there, and if any league matter, and even sometimes you will have a one time where you know says a league reason established and bridging there help carry it out. So the Sunday, the Wednesday would have continue here as a Wednesday house reasoning, and the Empress League both here universal, because it's not just Empress League online, but the Empress League and a whole is welcome always to partake within the reason. If there's an event or if there's something going to go through, then the Empress League establish a time when them say them have a reason and them have a reasoning that day. But for Wednesdays, like Wednesdays, we know say those the Wednesdays are house reasoning day here. And now that we have an international family audience and even us here, with the strength of Jah, we will see that the reasoning go through on Wednesdays and Sundays also. And when we will open the Wednesday reason as a house reason with the family at large, my Lord and Empress.
That's my Lord, and give thanks to the Honorable Priest Dreadcraft in the words towards the Constitution. As the priest said, at the Parliament, would have to, do any amendment, to the, Constitution, because from long time, I one of the vice raised, said the Constitution need to get amended, because to what see, the Constitution said, if one get appointed in a certain high office, or the president himself will have to do that, and then that I do it. So we have to know, and get in line as the priest said, even at Ethiopia, King Selassie reform the Constitution when him comes. So some of us have bubble things that the Constitution or the Bible. It can't, nothing at all can do, So we have to get past that now and deal with it the right way, as Honorable Priest Dreadcraft declare, my Lord.
Free the floor,
My Lord. Give thanks. Yes, reasoning continue on the topic of restoring the African mission. According to our Father established it, we have the Honorable Priest Edward, my Lord. Blessed love, my Lord and Empress, Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Rastafari. But daily as we loved, and we must love Jah too. Trust in Jah redeeming love, and His blood and try His work to do. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Rastafari. Blessed love, my Lord and Empress, right house of family, Bobo Shanti, Yeah, man, give thanks for the reasoning, my Lord, from earth to Zion, my Lord, Yeah, man, article, love, my Lord, Yeah, man, first and foremost, I'd like to just commend, Yeah, the family, my Lord, for taking this time, Yeah, man, to host such even a conference. priest D, man, you know. Panel run, you know. And yeah, man, give thanks for panel, my lord, you know, from the first pre. We know that touch the multitude in it and that, and then logic, you know, wisdom in it, you know. Yeah, man. So we give thanks, you know, for the unity call, my Lord. Young way, you know, all empresses, you know, all elders, you know. And we find ourselves in that terrible position, you see, my Lord, when even the priests they were that together, you know, in that oneness, you know, even the Empress League and the elders them, you understand, and they're gonna pass down to the youth them. So we glorify the topic, you know. Yeah, on this 5th day, my Lord, you know. So I just like to give thanks again, my Lord, to each and every one. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I. Yeah, man, it take a man and a woman to stand. You see it? Perfect love, my Lord. Yeah, man, and the topic of really, you know what, they make me so happy, my Lord. A long time I'm on agitate. From my region, South Africa and Botswana and Zimbabwe and these places, you know, Swaziland and these places, and I come forward and I show report, because from 2005 I reached, you know, I send in a report, you know, yeah, and 2008 I find myself at the hill again, and I give a real report in flesh, you know, yeah, and the prosperous, you know, man said prospect are pleased, you know. But when we reach in the land, man, you know, really and truly, we never knew, we couldn't tell what joys await us here still. But the reception where we get, my Lord, was just so overwhelming, you know. Yeah, man, that we had to come and share the joy same way, you know. So a long time we are agitate, man, that I them coming, my Lord. You understand, you know, the Congress COVID, it was strengthened. Even the liquor will start, you know, in the land, you know. Yeah, man. So within the topic of registration, my Lord, you know, South Africa specifically, because I'm on by myself in South Africa right now with the family, you know. Yeah, man. So I can speak on South Africa, my Lord, you know, and the registration still. You understand? So we welcome such a meditation. And even I is looking forward, you know, to work hand in hand, heart in heart with the family to see this done. You understand? Because more time even I'm on father, I tell him, my love, why you don't go to Ghana? Why you don't go to Ethiopia? You know, I come in, I go out, I come in. It's my 3rd time coming in. And I come back to fulfill the mission, because I'm on as a man, I like to finish what we start, you know. I don't like to talk, you know. So really and truly, my Lord, whole heap of things going on in South Africa, you know, especially with the kings, because I'm on personally dealing with the kings them, you know, and the kings them dealing with whole heap of things for I and I. Even like our Emperor Selassie give land, you're willing to give land for repatriation, not just for bubble, for repatriation, you see. And we have land for bubble, you understand, and really and truly, my Lord, we could have gone far, 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 but we find when our house divided, sometimes even as priests, we fight amongst one another, you know. Yeah, and that kind of fight we receive in South Africa. A whole heap of wrong moves, wrong sayings and doings manifest, my Lord, in South Africa, you see. And we find ourselves well divided, you know, between, you know, this faction and that faction, and you know, even from, you know, so more time, we just want the strength, you know, even for sure the ones them even who seeking this and reaching out to I internationally away from South Africa to just point them, yeah man, you have a priest there, or you have a leading priest there, work with the leading priest. You know, I work with the congregation that is there. You see, so sometimes now when the wrong coming now, my Lord, it causes whole heap of confusion. So these things I would like to get, know, it would be the start of something, right? Because whole heap of ones get unnecessary crown.
Break up.
And position ones where yeah, you know, say Tarian still. You can hear me, Papa Priest?
Yeah, we are here, we are here now.
All right. It's a rain, so pardon the network, my lord, you know.
Yes, my
So,
lord.
yeah, man, would I like the family to rectify the wrong that has been done here, my lord, so we can get the thing back on track, you know.
Yes,
All wrongdoings that is not upright and standard in the ways of the Congress as priests and priests. Let us rectify it, my Lord. Let us not be, you know, partial, as Priest Joshua just said. You know, let's put away impartiality and deal with the right, you know. So, yeah, man, that is what I'm asking from the family, my Lord. If we're serious about South Africa, let us deal with the rectification of all the wrongdoings that has taken place, especially recently. You understand, in the last maybe 3, 4, 5 years. Let's correct these transgressions, my Lord, so everything can come back and flow in an organized, in a structured way, you know. And yeah, man, I'll leave it at that for the moment. I man is here, so anything to do with South Africa registration, yeah, them need we're here, and Priest Joshua, I did send the report, my lord, that is asking for, because normally I send reports, you know. Even last year, I send reports, you know, my lord, but I don't get no reply. I can't even remember when I last get a reply from all my reports that I sent. You understand? So even why I never send a report even before this conference start, because I wasn't sure if there would be a committee, if there would be ones in the office, if there's be any kind of accountability or administration. So I'm proud of the item that item are ready to step up to the plate, my lord. So I did just send back even an audio report. I sent it to the iPhone, I sent it to Priest Donovan phone, even the Congress email, and even to Priest Par, so that them can take a look at it again. And I just hope that the communication channel can be established in that proper way, my lord. Holy Manuel, Selassie, Rastafari. Perfect love, my lord. So further moments. Lord of Priest Carl, blessed love. All organizers, blessed.
My Lord, give thanks. Give thanks, my Lord, for your word, you know. Well, when you say you give thanks, we're ready to step up to the plate. Maybe you're speaking about like how the Zoom, we just get a Zoom setting here now. But my Lord, we already step up to the plate a long time, you know, as you did come and see. You did come and see we here step up to the plate. So it's not like we just start the works, you know. When we give thanks, I send a report, you know, and the report is after we mention, say, the ambassadors should have sent a report or an Africa report. It's sent. So we give that, my Lord. So we give thanks, you know, the word go out and we give thanks that it take on to flesh. My Lord, glorify, you know, and give thanks, you know. Well, as you were stating, one of time you start to talk about the registration of the church in South Africa, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, yeah, stretch off and gone to the wrongs that has been done, the priests, them who get anointed, and, you know, and it gone there. And we were listening to hear what you have to say about the registration of the church in South Africa. So we still don't get a knowledge of what you were going to say pertaining to that. Still, but when the next time come, if they get another talks, you know, they could have continued that because that was the meat of the matter that he was going to give us, you know. According to priest order, there's a lot of brethren come here, come get priests. Holy for brethren. So, in South Africa, we don't want it to be look like it's a priest struggle going on in South Africa amongst the family. That names are going to call, and some are going to say Jamaican priests and South African priests, and you know, we don't want them thing there because the priests order, the gates are open wide and negus bid us come. Nothing we have to pay. The table is already spread. There's millions and millions and millions of profit in Africa, and Africa needs priests with integrity, uprightness, and clean and pure heart. So let us below one another in the priestical order. Let us strengthen one another. The works there. Look how the continent big. You think a handful of priests can really carry out the duty for the continent? It's a lot of works to be done. So it's just my words and this our beginning, new beginning, my Lord. It's not a priest struggle, it's not a family feud. Let us come together as one and build the order amongst ourselves until other angels who know more, elder brethren can come up and administer and strengthen the order same way. My Lord and Empress, give thanks. And as we on the topic same way, rectifying the Ethiopia mission. My Lord, I will leave the floor free. My Lord and Empress, Prince and Princess.
My Lord, we have an account with Samsung SM. I don't know if it's Chris O'Gara or Chris Whitman. My Lord, come in. Step right in, Majesty. The Samsung account. Blessed love. Next online. Blessed love. Yeah, unmute the phone, my Lord. Alright. So the next one online is 7 Alistair Joseph. Floor is yours, my Lord. Yeah, alright.
Bless the Lord.
Bless you, my Lord. True, Majesty.
Oh, my Lord and Empress. Yes, give thanks. Give thanks for the moment to speak. And give thanks for this accommodation out of 10 miles birthday. You know, as we celebrate Congress Day, reflect and try to rectify our Congress matters, you know. Well, you know, the time short time, I won't be too long within blessings, you know. The panels, the African mission, you know, I would just say that from that time till now, a whole lot of things have taken place, and there were some flaws that took place, you know, things need to be rectified, you know. So, within the African mission in this time, we have to look at the mishaps from then till now and try not to do it the same way again, you know. And in order to do that, we have to be practical. What is practical is to realize that that was a long time ago and certain things have changed. What is practical is to know, say, when we go over there, we have to do things practical. We cannot go and pull down flags, you know. We cannot go and be absurd and you know, do things that is not practical, basically. Right? So,
that is what I see, just to round up them and those that was in the mission from that time, who was willing to strengthen the mission and come together and reason upon it. Yeah. So different from that, I realize a saying that we have, amongst us. When I want to do something that seems contrary or different or unusual to what we have usually seen. The word sound is God like your opposition. In many circumstances I see it from simple to big. I see two brethren sit down in the food house to eat. One brethren eat fish, one don't eat fish. Right? The one who eats fish tell the one who don't eat fish like you're in opposition against either way of life or something because some choose to be different. You see it? So we're all going to this. When you look out in the political arena, them have one who is in power and them have an opposition leader. Alright, as we all know out there. And the opposition leader wants the leader out, want to take the position. Christ's kingdom doesn't have that. That is how I interpret that. Christ's kingdom don't carry opposition because no one wants the leader out. No one wants to take King Emmanuel's position. We are all for the man, all for one and one for all. Right? We just have different approaches and we may have disagreements and different ways how we see things and views and perceptions. But none of us is an opposition. We are all for freedom, redemption, international repatriation. You see it? And we all hail the king and honor the man. You see it? Right? So that is a mentality we have to change in order to come to a common ground. None of us are opposition, and none of us are fractions and splinter groups. Christ's kingdom don't carry that neither. You see it? Because you see a splinter group and a fraction has a different goal from the house itself. Right? I've never seen none of us have a different goal. We have different approaches, different way how we perceive things to be. But it's the same goal, one and the same. Right? So what we need to look into is the doctrines that we have. We have some diverse doctrines that some sayings that go around the place. You see it? And that is the problem. We sing the chorus, we are not divided on one good way, one in hope and doctrine, one in charity. We have to really check if we are one in doctrine. You see it? And that is the problem. Some of us say this and some of us say that. It doesn't mean we are opposition, but we are not one in doctrine. That is the problem. Right? There are certain doctrine in certain circumstances. It is just not practical to be used in that circumstance. Right? And if it is not practical, it is always going to have some that is not going to want to go that way. Your conscience wouldn't allow you to do it. You see it? Because it is just not practical. You see it? So we have to come and sit at the table and reason out our doctrine, how we see things. You see it? Because Christ's teaching is divine enough. Christ's teaching is right and it's divine. But we talk. I hear an echo. But we have some sayings that we say, right? And it is not sometimes logical for a certain person to really keep and practical. You see, I hear the Constitution being amended was spoken of recently. Right? There's a thing that is not fully understood clearly. Right? Ones have it as like the Council of Elders amend the Constitution and we have a new Constitution back. No. The Council of Elders came together to create a proposal of an amended Constitution. It wasn't a Constitution that was set for everyone to just follow. The Constitution, that amended Constitution, that proposal, it was circulated around the members of the Congress, esteemed members, for them to also add to that proposal. Right? It wasn't to say that the Council of Elders should do it alone by itself. It was also shared with other ones, also to give their views and inputs and, whatever could be added to that, to the amending, right? And as time passed, no one said nothing, no one did nothing. Okay? So it just stay like that. You see it? So, my Lord and Empress, sometimes we are a little bit pessimistic. Right? We look at things like it is so wrong and so bad and this and that. When really and truly, we are all trying. Bless the my Lord. Yes, my Lord. So we need to look at the good in what each other do. Even though the approach might not always be precisely correct and respectful and this and that and whatever we want to point out, the greater picture is the greater good, the incentive, the good intentions behind what we do. Let us pay attention to that. And if we pay attention to that, we will realize that none of us are physicians, my Lord. We need to stop saying that.
Give thanks, my Lord.
Right? That is what causes the division. When we just look at each other like that, instead of we come and we reason our differences and see what is the reason for the contrast, and then we meet a common ground. And this must happen, my Lord. Blessed?
Yes, my Lord. True,
I'm going to Lord.
Yes, my Lord.
All right, my Lord. Well, give thanks to your Majesty. Give thanks again, Majesty, my Lord.
Lord and I, my Lord. Give thanks again.